The text came exactly when I stopped checking. 3 months of silence, and the moment I genuinely moved on, there it was. "Hey, how have you been?" This isn't coincidence. There's a psychological trigger happening here that most people completely miss. And if you respond wrong, you undo everything. Let me take you back to that moment. It was a Tuesday afternoon. I was at lunch with a friend, genuinely laughing about something completely unrelated to my ex. My phone buzzed. I glanced at it casually, not with that desperate hope I'd had for months, just a normal glance. And there was her name. For 3 months, nothing. Radio silence. I'd stopped checking my phone every 5 minutes about 6 weeks in. Stopped refreshing Instagram to see if she'd viewed my stories. Stopped crafting perfect casual responses to texts she never sent. I had genuinely, finally let go. And that's exactly when she reached out. Now, you might be thinking, this is just coincidence, bad timing, random chance. But here's what I've learned after studying this pattern across hundreds of situations and experiencing it myself multiple times. It's not random at all. There's a specific psychological mechanism at work here, and understanding it changes everything about how you navigate the aftermath of a breakup. If you're finding value in this, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We dive deep into relationship psychology every week, and trust me, you're going to want to see what comes next. Let's start with the foundation, the scarcity principle. In economics, scarcity drives value. When something is abundant and easily available, its perceived worth drops. When something becomes rare or difficult to obtain, its value skyrockets. This isn't just about products or resources. This applies directly to human attention, presence, and availability. When you were constantly available, texting, calling, showing up, making yourself known, your presence had no scarcity. You were like air, essential, maybe, but taken for granted because you were always there. There was no fear of loss because loss wasn't possible. You made yourself a constant. But the moment you go truly no contact, something shifts in the psychological equation. Suddenly, you're not available. Suddenly, there's a possibility that she could reach out and you wouldn't respond, that she could want you back and it might be too late, that the access she once had is now revoked. This creates what psychologists call reactance, a motivational state that emerges when people feel their freedom or options are being restricted. When she realizes she can't have your attention anymore, even if she didn't want it before, the restriction itself creates desire. But here's where most people get this wrong. They think this means you should play games, be strategically unavailable, check your phone but don't respond, post things to make her jealous, calculate your moves to create artificial scarcity. That's not what I'm talking about. That's manipulation, and it doesn't work long-term because it's not genuine. What I'm describing is what happens when you become genuinely unavailable. Not as a strategy, but as a natural result of moving on with your life. And here's the thing that most people don't understand. She can tell the difference. Let's talk about why moving on energy is detectable, because this is where it gets really interesting. Human beings are incredibly sophisticated at reading emotional states, even from a distance. We pick up on micro-expressions, tone shifts, behavioral patterns, energy. When you're faking indifference, when you're performing, "I'm over it," while secretly hoping she notices. That desperation leaks through. Maybe it's in how quickly you post after she posts. Maybe it's in the slightly too perfect nature of your Instagram stories. Maybe it's in the fact that you're still checking if she's viewing your content. She picks up on this. Not consciously maybe, but intuitively. And it tells her that you're still emotionally invested. Still available. Still waiting. But when you genuinely move on, when you stop checking, stop caring, stop performing, something shifts in your energy that's actually detectable. Think about it. You stop posting for her benefit. Your social media becomes authentic again, not curated for an audience of one. Your friends notice you're present in conversations instead of distracted. You start making plans without wondering what she's doing. You might even start dating other people, not as a tactic, but because you're genuinely ready. This shift is energetic, and it ripples out through mutual friends, through social circles, through the digital traces we all leave. Someone mentions you're doing really well. She sees a photo where you look genuinely happy, not performing happiness. A mutual friend says they hung out with you, and you didn't ask about her even once. These signals accumulate, and they trigger something in her psychology. See, when you were chasing, reaching out, making yourself available, there was no mystery. She knew exactly where she stood with you. She knew you wanted her back. There was no question, no uncertainty, no gap for her mind to fill. But when you go genuinely silent and start genuinely moving on, suddenly there's uncertainty. Maybe you've met someone else. Maybe you've realized the relationship wasn't right. Maybe you're actually happier without her. These possibilities create cognitive tension. Her brain needs to resolve the uncertainty. And the way humans resolve uncertainty about someone's feelings, we reach out, we test, we create opportunities for information. That's when the text comes. Drop a comment below and tell me, has this happened to you? Did she reach out right when you finally let go? I read every comment, and the community here is incredibly supportive. Now, not all return texts are created equal. Let me break down the 3 types you're likely to receive and what each one actually means. Type 1, the breadcrumb. This is the hey text, the how have you been, the this song reminded me of you. It's vague, non-committal, low effort. She's not saying she wants you back. She's not apologizing for what happened. She's not proposing any real reconnection. What she's actually doing is checking if you're still available. She's testing whether the door she closed is still open. She's seeing if she can still get your attention without having to risk anything real. This is the most common type of return text, and it's designed to keep her options open while requiring nothing from her. If you respond with enthusiasm, she gets validation that you're still interested. If you don't respond, she hasn't risked anything because she didn't actually offer anything. Type 2, the crisis text. This comes disguised as vulnerability. I've been going through a really hard time. I really need someone to talk to. You always understood me better than anyone. Sometimes it includes details about a problem, family issues, work stress, health concerns. This isn't necessarily fake. The crisis might be real. But the question is, why is she reaching out to you specifically? If she has friends, family, a therapist, a new partner, Why you? What's actually happening is she's using the crisis as a reason to reconnect without having to acknowledge what happened between you. It creates a situation where if you don't respond, you seem cold or uncaring. It bypasses your boundaries under the guise of need. Type 3, the genuine reach out. This is rare, but it does happen. This is where she acknowledges what happened, takes some accountability, expresses genuine reflection, and doesn't immediately ask for anything from you. I've been doing a lot of thinking about how things ended. I realize I wasn't fair to you in several ways. I'm not reaching out to ask for anything. I just wanted you to know that I see things more clearly now, and I'm sorry for my part in how it went down. Notice the difference. There's accountability. There's clarity. There's no hidden request for validation or attention. She's not testing if you're available. She's simply communicating something she feels you deserve to hear. This type is the only one that indicates genuine growth and self-reflection. But even this doesn't mean you should respond, or that getting back together is a good idea. It just means the reach out itself is coming from a healthier place. So here's the million-dollar question. How do you respond? The short answer is, it depends entirely on what you actually want, not what you think you should want. If you genuinely want her back, and you believe the relationship can work with real changes, and her reach out is type 3, the genuine one, then a measured, clear response makes sense. Not desperate, not immediately available, but honest. Something like, I appreciate you reaching out and taking accountability. I've been doing my own work too. I'm not sure what this means for us, but I'm open to a conversation if you're serious about understanding what went wrong and whether it's fixable. Notice what this does. It acknowledges her reach out, but it doesn't hand over your power. It doesn't say, yes, I want you back. I've been waiting. It says, I'm willing to explore this, but I need real change, not just nostalgia. But here's the thing. Most of the time, you shouldn't respond at all. If it's a type 1 breadcrumb, responding only tells her you're still available for scraps of attention. You're teaching her that she can come and go as she pleases, and you'll always be there. If it's a type 2 crisis text, responding makes you the emotional support person without any of the relationship benefits. You're being used for comfort while she maintains her freedom. Even if it's type 3, if you've genuinely moved on and realized the relationship wasn't right, responding reopens a door you fought hard to close. The most powerful response is often no response at all, not out of spite, not as a strategy, but as a genuine boundary that says, I've moved forward, and I'm not going backward. And here's what's interesting. When you don't respond, or when you respond with clear boundaries, you often get more reach-outs. Because now, the uncertainty is even higher. Now she really doesn't know where she stands. Now the scarcity is absolute. But by that point, it shouldn't matter to you. If you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. I'm releasing a full series on no contact, breakup psychology, and how to actually build a life you don't want to escape from. Hit that bell icon so you don't miss what's coming. Let me bring this home with what this actually reveals. Not about her, but about you. If her text throws you into chaos, if you're immediately re-strategizing, analyzing every word, crafting the perfect response, you're not as moved on as you thought. You're still emotionally tethered. Your healing isn't complete. And that's okay. It's information. It tells you that you need more time, more distance, more work on yourself before you can interact with her from a place of strength. But if her text lands and you feel calm, maybe a little curious, but not desperate, not thrown off course, that tells you something powerful. It tells you that you've actually done the work. You've actually moved on. You've reclaimed your emotional center. And from that place, you can make a clear decision. Not a reactive one. Not a desperate one. A choice based on what you actually want for your life moving forward. Here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't want to hear. Her coming back doesn't validate you. It doesn't prove your worth. It doesn't mean you won. She comes back because that's what people do when something becomes scarce and they're uncertain about losing access to it. That's human psychology. It's not about you being irresistible. It's about you being unavailable. Real validation comes from within, from building a life you're proud of, from healing the patterns that led you into an unhealthy dynamic in the first place, from becoming someone who doesn't need her to reach out to feel valuable. When you get to that place, when you're genuinely unreachable, not as a tactic, but as a reality, that's when you've actually won. Not because she came back, but because it doesn't matter if she does. She became unreachable to you emotionally, even if she's reaching out physically. And that's true power. So if you're watching this right now, waiting for that text, hoping for that reach out, checking your phone every hour, I need you to hear this. Stop waiting for her to validate your journey. She's not the finish line. She's not the prize. You are. The text might come. It might not. And both of those outcomes need to be completely okay with you. Because you're building something better than getting her back. You're building yourself back. If this resonated, smash that like button. It helps more guys who need to hear this find the video. Drop a comment telling me where you're at in your journey, and make sure you check out the next video. Why silence hurts her more than words. We go even deeper into the psychology of no contact. See you there.